Greetings. How are you? Hello, hello. Time to do some reading. Greetings, greetings. I thought I'd come in with a little music, set the tone, set the mood. How are y'all doing out there? Hey, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I'm a piano. Oh, the hair. Oh my God. I can take that off now. Oh my God. Yeah. I can't be looking rough. All right. But I have to come in with those headphones on because if there's anything wrong with the sound, y'all might not even be able to hear me talking over the. I'm not talking very loudly. How are y'all doing? I'm Tyra Milade, your goddess guru, your sister friend. And I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess-centered lifestyle. And one thing I love is a reading. I love a good reading. I love a good reading. I love readings because they are roadmaps. They help to provide wisdom and insight to help navigate life. On my darkest days, I turn to my readings. Astrology is something else that I lean on heavily. So I want to come on and do a reading live. It could be one, it could be up to 10. Hopefully not more than not even 10. And if nobody orders a reading, because at this point no one has, I have not actually done the best job of letting people know about this. It's okay, because we're going to look at somebody's chart. We'll look at a celebrity chart. I do want y'all to know I look at celebrity charts not because I actually am that interested in their life, but their astrology helps us to kind of understand the power of astrology, what it can do for you, and to learn astrology. In my astrology classes, we always look at famous people's charts because we can see their lives up close and personal. And so I decided to, if nobody orders a reading, we're going to do a reading today. I'm going to show y'all what I do. But we're going to look at Beyonce's chart. I was like, who's hot? Who are people really kind of focused on? And maybe we can kind of see, what's really going on with, I don't know, just the evolution of her career. That's what I'm more interested in. I don't really care too much about her personal life, her husband, her daughter. That's her business. But I do want to kind of look at her personal astrology. How are you? Good to see you. Soulful Creatrix Aliacia. Y'all be sure to subscribe to her channel. She has some amazing videos, things that I think that you would be very interested in. Hi, Bliss. How are you? Thank you. Yes, it is. It's one of the reasons I don't do them live very often. Also, I'll say this, if people don't want me to show their chart, I won't show their chart. I'm good with not showing the chart because you know what? Folks be coming through who do know astrology, talking too much about what's in somebody's charts. Folks that know astrology, shh. Stop putting people's business out there. So that's actually one of the main reasons I rarely do live readings, but live readings are fun. Okay, so I don't have many people on right now. I'm not gonna just be sitting here. If you are interested in a reading, oh, I forgot to put my little banner on there. Um, the link is in the description box. Let me know. I'm trying to keep up with like if I get a notification or something like that. But it would help me to know that you actually did place the reading. If you decide you want to get one, you go to my Shopify store and that's how you can order the reading. So I want to, you're so welcome. Yeah, we have to support one another. We really do. So y'all subscribe to her channel. And let's see here. I'm gonna just talk a little bit about Beyonce just because She's a celebrity and, their lives are so public. I don't feel like I'm poking and prodding. And again, I'm not looking for I'm not trying to be in her business. Like her personal business. I just want to keep it I want to keep it light. This is super cool. This is super cool. But anywho, let's look at two things that I want to look at is ah thank you. I agree. I'm good at readings. I'm very, very good at readings. I'm stronger every year. I'm stronger. Okay, anywho, I don't want to waste y'all's time. Let me go on ahead and tell y'all some things that I want to talk about. So we have an upcoming Venus retrograde, and that's going to be from March 1st through April the 12th. And it's going to be in Aries and Pisces. All right. So, first and foremost, just right away, something that I want people to know is somebody like Beyonce, like Venus is a very important planet because the reliability on the birth time they said was C. It's not the greatest, but I'm gonna go with it because she seems like a Libra rising to me. And she definitely has what Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, Pluto. That's a lot of planets. That's a lot of planets in Libra. So she may as well be a Libra, even if her rising sign isn't there. So Venus is a very important planet to her. And so when Venus retrogrades, it's definitely going to be significant for Beyonce because Venus rules Libra, and Libra is a sign that it has so many signs, I mean planets, which means that Venus slowing down is slowing down all of these planets that are here and her ascendant that are in Libra. And maybe for Beyonce, she's getting older, and I can imagine that this retrograde, to a certain degree, is going to have her kind of looking at what direction does she want her life to go in. And it's going to impact quite a bit. I think that the other part is, the retrograde is down here in Pisces. The first house is about the body. So there's something going on with Beyonce's body. Let's see, 1981. So does that make her 44? Maybe she's going to be 44 this year. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not that good at math. I get scared to calculate it in my head. I think 44, but I've got to do I'm going to do the math. Okay, so she's going to be 44. She's 43 right now. She'll be 44. So she is definitely getting into that age. I don't know what it's like to be a celebrity and be performing at the level that she performs at. I think 43 is young. Don't get me wrong. But I remember feeling like things were a little bit different in terms of like too much exercise, too much of anything. I didn't like it at 43 and 44 especially. So I can imagine Beyonce is going to really be looking at her life and kind of like, what is it that I actually want to do? What are all the things that need to change, need to shift? I don't actually know anything uh Oh, interesting. I don't actually know anything about Beyonce. I don't keep up with her day to day. I just know she recently won, the Grammy. I don't even know how many Grammys she won. I think it's interesting that she won that Grammy with the South Nodes being here in Libra. That's very, very interesting that the South Node was here in Libra up until recently, and she still won that Emmy. But maybe it was just kind of like it was time for her to win, and whatever was creating the resistance from her winning, like a top award or what is it like something of the year, song of the year, album of the year, something that her husband was complaining about, I think last year or 2023. He wanted her to win this top award, and she got it in country western music. Very, very interesting. I wonder also, I know she's gonna be doing a tour. Maybe this retrograde, I don't know when the tour starts. I probably should have done a little bit of research, but there might be some snafus that are coming up around the tour, like contracts and venues and that kind of thing. She's so used to doing it. I'm assuming Beyonce is, I mean, I would assume it's flawless, but I can imagine with this retrograde energy being here. Does anyone know when she starts touring? When does Beyonce's tour start? Because I have a friend who just bought tickets. Tour. Let's see if I could. I don't like going to the. Uh, man. Let's see here. Okay, tickets are on sale. I know that they have gone on sale. Let's see here. I don't know when she's gonna start. If anybody can figure it out, let me know. Because I don't go to concerts, so I don't even know when the tour starts. But hi, how are you, Ayoka? Okay, her tour starts in April. Okay, I understand, Aliacia. Okay, her tour starts in April. Interesting, interesting. Because depending on when the tour starts, if it starts April 12th or later, do you know that, Ayoka? That'll be good. But I can imagine something is happening with her selling tickets, venues, contracts. Something is going to be renegotiated or yeah, it's definitely going to be something like that. Okay, she's good. She's good. If it starts at the end of April, that's awesome. Um, so yeah, to me, if I was talking to Beyonce, I would just be like, "Hey, you need to make sure you dot all your I's, cross all your T's, because you're selling tickets during retrograde time." And maybe it's kind of like things start off slow, hard for me to believe with Beyonce, but she's not above astrology. Um, maybe people buying tickets now, but then they're kind of like, "Hey, I want to sell my ticket or something." I don't know, but definitely something around, or maybe someone who she works with, the team, the crew, something needing to be renegotiated. And we can just kind of keep up with it as she goes. But she's starting a retrograde time where it's going to create something significant. I would think too, during this time, I hope that Beyonce is taking good care of herself because there is something up with her body and or her health and well-being, with her Venus just being so in charge of so many planets in her chart in this first house. um her that is something that is important. Sixth house is also about health, well-being, how you're doing in that regard. So it is something around that. It'll be interesting. I'm going to do my best to try to keep up with is there any news on Beyonce? I think that the thing that she would need to do is the retrogrades are all about revising a thing. So it's all about, she used to take care of herself in one way. She might need to do it differently. Her team used to operate in one way. They might need to be making some changes, some upgrades to streamline things, do things in a new way. So that's one thing. But see, look, this Venus controls her Mercury, which Mercury is going to go retrograde over here also in the same two houses. And so what is Mercury? It's all about communication. Could be something with her voice, or it could be something with publicity because Mercury has to do with that. I know that we've talked about her spirituality, so I think that maybe Beyonce needs to spend this time. She needs some downtime. I don't know when she was last on tour. It seems like Beyonce is always on tour, but Beyonce needs some downtime. That's one of the things I would tell her because this Mercury rules her 12th house and her sun is there, which is her career planet. Beyonce needs some downtime. Also, it rules her Saturn. Well, wait a minute. Mercury also rules her ninth house. um, I think that Beyonce needs something spiritual. She needs some time to really tap in and tune in and revisit some spiritual teachings. Um, I can also imagine that Is she gonna do an international tour? Do you know, Ayoka? Is she going international? Or maybe she needs to be working with people in another country, something like that. Oh, another thing too, publicity. We know people like talking about Beyonce. I know people like talking about Beyonce. But it's definitely something around publicity that could be coming up for her. It's retrograde, and it's like maybe she just needs to retune it. I hate being negative, but it could be something like some bad publicity coming her way just because it's retrograde, or something from the past comes up around publicity, and it is like, okay, we need to address this. So she is doing international. Okay, okay, okay. Um, so maybe some of what needs to happen is these details around this international travel. Again, oh, that's true. It could be maybe something with her husband, because Venus does rule. Well, first of all, Venus is retrograding in the house of the husband, or life partner, and it could be lawsuits regarding the husband. That definitely could be. And also something around the husband's money. Venus rules that. So the thing about this particular chart is, and it's my situation right now, one planet, Venus, is in charge of a lot of stuff. Venus, you talk about Queen Bee. This is the Queen Bee planet of Beyonce's chart. Now, you might have a different Queen Bee in your chart. But for Beyonce, it's Venus. Venus rules so much in her chart. Because look, Venus actually is in the sign of Libra. Venus rules Mercury because Mercury is in Libra. It means Mercury is ruled by Venus. Mercury bows down to Venus. It's like, hey, this is, I'm here to work for you, Venus. And what does Mercury rule? Her sun. So ultimately, Venus even rules her sun sign. Okay. Venus rules her Saturn. What does Saturn rule? Her house of home and family. Also her house that has to do with children. And I'll tell y'all, people can keep dogging out how she is with Blue Ivy, how they are with Blue Ivy, but that's if you got Aquarius on your fifth house, you're gonna be a different kind of parent. You'll be almost more like your child's friend than you are their mom. It's just how it is. Aquarius anywhere in the parenting realm. I don't judge Beyonce and Jay-Z. I'm not there. I don't have nothing to do with it. But to a certain degree, it's kind of like how it's what's in her chart. So, but you know what? Saturn also rules her house of creativity. So Venus rules Saturn, which rules our house of creativity. So it's like so much ruled by Venus. Her Jupiter ruled by Venus. And Jupiter rules this third house, which has to do with uh it's like the mind and communication and how you think and how you believe, and but it's definitely like this house that is actually really good for entertainment. It is very, very good for entertainment. So it's ruling, Venus is in charge of this house right here. Beyonce has so much creative energy. This Neptune down here in our house of the mind in the sign of Sagittarius, it's just adding to her creativity. Like her Venus is already creative. Her sun is in a creative house. So super, super cool. Where's Pisces? The sixth house. Venus rules Jupiter, which rules Pisces, which rules her sixth house. So, what is the sixth house? What does definitely has to do with health and well-being, and um, it has to do with your team, workplace, lifestyle, routines, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, Venus is just in charge of her whole freaking entire chart. And so then Venus, of course, which rules this eighth house. So the moon is doing its own thing, which I didn't know Venus had moon in Scorpio. I mean, I'm just being 100 with you all. Sometimes when people have um a Scorpio moon, it can just bring you know, a lot of intensity is one way I'm gonna say. It can bring a lot of drama. Um, so yeah, I found that to be like I just did not know that about Beyonce, that she has a moon in Scorpio. And that can also make you very deep and penetrating, and it brings this level of intensity. So, and also she has this house full of planets. Her Pluto is there. Venus is ruling Pluto. This woman is intense. She's very, very intense, and she's on a mission. Love how she is doing that thing. That is so good. Um, Mars is just doing its own thing. Mars is nothing is ruling Mars. Venus is not ruling Mars. So, those two planets are kind of on their own. But other than that, her whole chart is ruled by Venus. And so a Venus retrograde is very impactful for a person like Beyonce. And then Mercury is her sun. It rules her sun. And so Mercury's going retrograde. So I wonder if Beyonce knows astrology, because I'm like, she's ingenious to start her tour right at the end of April. Because let me tell you, I would not want to start with this kind of astrology with um, the uh, a tour with this kind of energy going on. Let's see here. Hey, Vivi, how are you? Good to see you. Um, or Latanya. Okay, so yeah, Venus and Mercury retrograde. It'll be interesting to see what the news is bringing up for her. If anything, maybe people don't really know the inside, but personally, I would let her know you need to be ready to navigate some roughness. This is going to be a little bit rough. It's going to definitely create some change. We have Neptune that's going to be going into her second house. That's the other thing. So we have Venus retrograde. We have Mercury retrograde. I'm wonderful. Thank you. We have Mercury retrograde. And I just recorded my retrograde class for Mercury retrograde. If you want it, uh, just join my Soul Alchemy membership. It's inside of my Mighty Networks. I don't think I put that. Maybe it is in the description box. But anywho, I just recorded that, and I was like, these retrogrades, the Venus retrograde and the Mercury retrograde, they are going to help people begin to see this new horizon that lies ahead, because there's definitely this dissolution of the reality that we know right now. And there's a horizon that is just out beyond us. And I don't think we can fully see it yet. I think we can sense it, but I don't think we can fully see it yet. And Venus and Mercury retrograde are going to help us, because look, they Mercury is here in Pisces. Venus was just here in Pisces. Venus moved from Pisces into Aries. Did y'all see how I use my body? You see that, Aliacia? That's how I do my readings. You got to put your body into it. So anywho, I'm messing with Aliacia. Venus moved from Pisces across 0 degrees of Aries, went into Aries, okay, in preparation for her retrograde. Mercury is going to do the exact same thing. It's eventually going to get here, go from Pisces into Aries. It's going to go across that 0 degrees. The 0 degree of Aries is like hitting a reset button. It's like we're going to get some new things going here, okay? So Mercury's going to go there, and Venus is going to go there. Then they're going to come back across 0 degrees with that retrograde. Then they're going to go back across that 0 degrees. Okay. I do think the 29th degree of Pisces is important, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. I don't want to talk about it. We're just going to talk about 0 degrees, 0 of Aries. So that 0 degrees of Aries, boom, reset button. Okay. Now, Neptune is going to be on 0 degrees of Aries March 30. And then Saturn is going to bring his behind on 0 degrees of Aries. We have these two outer planets that move very slow. They're taking their time. They're like, we're going to come here on this 0 degree. We're not in a rush to move. We're going to take our time. Reset, reset, reset. And so they are going to create a huge shift for all of us. Okay. Neptune has been in Pisces for like 14 years. Saturn has been there for about 2 years. So they're going to go over that 0 degrees. Both of those planets will then also go back into Pisces later this year, going back over that 0 degree. I don't know. I think maybe Saturn will get off of it. They don't go very far into Aries. And then they're going to go back over that 0 degrees. And then next year they go back over it. So this 0 degree of Aries, which is this reset button, not just for you, not just for me, for the whole entire world. Okay. It is going to create, it's just like we all need to be ready for the shifts and the changes. And I just think that it is going to reveal quite a bit about what lies out in the horizon, starting with Venus and Mercury retrograde. Beyonce is definitely going to feel that Neptune and that Saturn go into Pisces, because Pisces and Libra are connected at the hip. And so if something happens in Aries is affecting Libra, and her Mercury is at do 2 degrees of Libra. This is going to be challenging for Beyonce. I'm telling y'all that right here, right now. I'm not trying to bring back news. I love Beyonce. I got nothing against Beyonce. I'm for Beyonce, but that's going to be challenging. I can imagine this is beginning to shift something in her body. She's definitely going to need people to be like, help me to remember everything I need to do, y'all. I'm dependent on you. Because Neptune, it makes everything dissolve. I will say Saturn coming through, it could help to keep people from being so confused and the mind being gone, like, in her case. But it'll feel hard. She might feel a little bit down, or it just feels like there's a lot of pressure on her for some reason. Um, I think that, if this was me talking to her directly, I would be like, Beyonce, you really and truly are gonna have to have a lot of people supporting you even more. Like if you got 4 people, you need 8 during that time. So yes. Oh, thank you. Yes, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Glad you have joined me, spiritual goddess. Oh, you're not late. No, we're gonna stop. Let's see here. Did you send me your details? I don't know if you got the email. Let me know when you get this, because I'm gonna erase it. That's where you would need to send me your details. Yeah, we have a live reading that we're gonna do. Yay! I said I don't care if it's one person. Let me go and see if I can find it. Okay, hold on. I think I got it. I think I got it. I got it. It's not too late. No, you're the first. Thank you. Okay, so let me pull her information up, and I look forward to doing this reading for you. So we're going to do this right here. And are y'all ready? Are y'all excited? Hold on. Oh, okay. Oh, you just had a birthday. I think I remember that. Uh, let's see here. Mhm. Okay, wait a minute. What I'm looking for is South Hill, Virginia. South Hill. Let's see here. I got it. Tell me, is it Mecklenburg or Chesapeake County, Latanya? Okay. Oh my gosh. Hey, classmate. How are you? I went to high school with Kevin. How did you find me here? Like, I keep all of this, so I don't think it matters. Let me just double check. Let's see here. VA. I'm just gonna go with the first one. It shouldn't make that big of a difference. I keep everything about this down without telling people in my classmate family. Okay, let me see here, sis. Let me see here. There's one other thing I want to pull up. Um, because this will help me too. I learned some new astrology techniques and I'm still cracking up at Kevin finding me. I love it. I love it. No, that's not me. Mhm. Oh, well, I can't find it. Maybe I can find it here. Just give me just another few moments, y'all. I'm on my way. Give me another moment. Oh, okay. I'm trying to do some stuff. What? Okay. Maybe I have to open it like that. Okay. All right. Hey, I can put that over there. I don't think y'all can see it. You ready, Latanya? You ready? I chose Mecklenburg. Well, here I am in my full glory. You know more about me than most people. Uh, okay, I chose Mecklenburg too. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna pull your chart over here. And do you mind if I show it in a way that, boom, like that? Do you know your chart? Does this look right? Oh, I'm not showing it. Okay, cool. Do you know yourself as a Taurus rising? Woo wee. Wow. Okay, good. Oh my gosh, sis. All righty. So I have you as Capricorn Sun. Okay, good, good, good. All right. Because I know people know their charts. So let's look at Latanya's chart. I just need to do this really quickly. Is that doing it? Come on, do it. There we go. Okay. So you are a Taurus rising, and your ascendant is at 13, and your Chiron is at 5. Uh, let's see here. Your moon, okay, sun is at 18, okay, but you do have Mercury at 1 degree of Capricorn. So that's one planet that is definitely going to feel this these retrogrades, because right now I'm focused on the retrogrades. Um, let's see here. Libra, you're good there. And you don't have any planets down here. Okay, so your moon is 9 degrees. So I wonder if this Jupiter helped you with this moon being down here. Did that Jupiter, it set at 11 degrees, or it's been at 11 degrees for a minute. That's kind of close to your moon. I would like that. I mean, I think that that could help you. Let's see here. Be more creative. Maybe it helped you with money. Let's see here. And maybe it helped you with something around home and family also. Do some healing, do some self-care. I think that it could have given you some good perspective. That's a nice, yeah, that Jupiter being there with that moon, it was Jupiter's been at 11, but I like if it's 2 degrees away, I'm like, you're feeling it. So that's amazing. Let's see here. More creativity and perspective, and I hope that that Jupiter there is kind of like giving you a vision. That's one thing that I would say. I know I said I was going to look at some other stuff, but I'm hoping that Jupiter has helped to give you some vision about what it is that you want to do. Now, I will say Jupiter rules the house that has to do with healing. I don't know if it helped to make you more intuitive, but it could have kind of made you feel a little bit like you need to do some inner healing, or maybe you're kind of like, I'm not taking care of myself enough. And maybe it's like you need to be, you really need to focus on taking care of yourself. Also, it could have been like, you know what? I have some debt I want to pay off, or I will have some investments I want to make, and it made you kind of get serious about money or applying for grants or scholarships or something. I just want you to take advantage of that Jupiter. Okay, good. You've done some inner healing. So that's really, really good. Yeah. Okay, so Venus retrograde will significantly influence your chart, because Venus is what is called your chart ruler, because she rules Taurus. And there's a change, there's a transformation that is on the horizon for you. And because Venus is asking you to look at your life, and it's like, what do I want to do with my life? What direction do I want my life to go in? And it might be you're kind of like, I'm off, you feel like you're off path, and you want to get back onto path. So this Venus retrograde is going to help you with that. There's some more healing. I think there's something around the body that is important for you to be focused on also, because your natal Venus is over here in the 8th house. And this is a house that's all about healing. So it could be like a healing from the inside out that's going to help you with your body. Venus is also about appearance. So I mean, let's just be honest. Some of us with this Venusian ruling, I'm one of them because I'm a Taurus moon. It can make us a little bit vain. I don't care how old I get. I'm always like, okay, are the edges? I'm okay. Like, how am I looking? Right. So maybe there's a wound around how you look. You think there's something wrong with the way you look, and so this Venus retrograde could be helping you with that, because part of her retrograde is in this house of the subconscious mind. And so or just something internally that, and it's connected to the body. And so Venus in that it's in your subconscious mind. It's like this healing from the inside out. And I think that I want you to know this, Latanya. Um what Venus wants to do is to support you. She really wants you to get past this, whatever this hang up might would be, because it's like it's gonna offload some extra, internal weight and create space for you to call in more of what you want. I think it actually could help you to be more creative. I want you to also just be okay with you being more psychic during this time because your natal Venus is in a house that has to do with psychic ability. This house is a water house, even though you have a fire sign there. It's a house that's all about being able to see, having that spiritual sight. And then Venus retrograding over here is all about having that spiritual sight. It's like really it's like being very open and yeah, it's like being very open and yeah, it's like to me it's almost like beyond sight. It's like the veil will be very thin for you. Now, we'll say it's some blessings. It's like some spiritual blessings. I don't know if there's like some spiritual work you've been doing, wanting to connect with your guides, because Venus and Mercury going back and forth over this between Pisces and Aries helps to connect you to this Venus in a very special way. A lot of blessings, a lot of gifts. I think that this could be like a time for you to where miracles will manifest in your life easily and effortlessly. Something will come your way. I would even be curious. Let's see here. I wanted to pull this out so would not have to try to remember stuff. Venus went into Aries on the 4th. So the week of the 4th through the 8th, what stood out for you? What stood out for you? Could be a miracle or it could just be like lots of creativity or you kind of like became obsessed. One other thing too is like this energy for you is about being freed up for something. You could be released and you could just let it go. Let it go. Maybe it's something around a relationship. Maybe it is something around the way you think. Let's see here. Your Mercury is in the 9th house. Oh, you kind of an optimistic person anyway. Um, there's a breakthrough that's going to happen for you because again, this Venus and this Mercury retrograde is kind of significant. Let's see here. Venus rules your first house. It rules your Pluto. So definitely this change and transformation thing is good for you. Your natal Venus is here in the 8th house. Mercury is here. And Mercury rules your Saturn. So Mercury and Saturn are in each other's signs. Okay. So I would even say this Saturn is going to get ignited, which is in a creative house. Saturn in the 5th house. I mean, sometimes you might feel a little bit blocked. You need a lot of to do structure, that kind of thing, to stay creative. But you could definitely, well, I know you have a business. Vivi, if you see her name, Vivi Embroidery Queen, look her up on Etsy. I'm sorry, I'm in reading mode. So it's kind of like things of the world. I don't know. So she has a business. This could help you with your business. I'm kind of excited. Now, I do think it's a little bit of a challenge here because Venus and Mercury are going to also square your Mercury. So it's kind of like maybe there's a breakthrough. That's what was making me say it's like this breakthrough that is needed. Let's see here. Then you got Mars down here. Ooh, that Mars been opposite your sun. Um, there's a push and a pull. There's like some decisions that you need to make. There's this weighing that is happening, maybe even around career, or it could be belief system. I see a lot around spirituality. I just feel like there's like this spiritual breakthrough, maybe this new way that you need to be thinking. I don't know if you want to feel more spiritual, do more spiritual things. I think that you definitely could be somebody. I don't know anything about your spirituality, Latanya, but I think that you could definitely be, a priestess of some sort. Um, so on the one hand, this is the Venus and the Mercury retrograde are going to be very supportive through your planets, but also it's a little bit of, there's some inaction that has been happening, and so it's going to kind of push you to take some action. But I think it's like asking you to do something more, to be, it's like you've been limiting yourself, and it's like, no, you gotta expand yourself. Don't contract. You got boss energy because your Mars is here in Capricorn, and that is, wow, that is a very good placement. That Mars is better than good in Capricorn. And so I think the pressure has been on for you to take your success to a whole new level. Um, I don't know if it's about your business. I don't know if you're looking at going back to school for something or if you want to teach something, but yeah, I think that being creative, and I'm not looking super deep into your chart, but I do think that, I don't know if you want to teach someone classes or something, or if you're already doing that, but that's something that you could do. You're definitely born to be a master at something. Um, okay, Mercury. So here in this 11th house, so Mercury is there now, Venus has already been there, you have Saturn there, Neptune is there, the North Node is there. Oh, you're gonna have a reverse nodal return. I'm about to come back to that. So you have all these planets there, and this is about being gainful. This is an opportunity for you to really look at how to be gainful. And I want you just to remember, because let me tell you, Taurus, we like stability. We don't like all of this uncertainty. But one of the things I want you to remember is right now is a very fluid time. It's a time of change. On the horizon is something that is new for everybody. And so it's just important for you to begin to adapt your goals. The other thing is, how visible are you right now? Maybe that's the missing piece. How are you making yourself more visible? Now, it's not all the time about visibility. It might just be you need to really be looking at, like, how do I make progress? And, what are my goals? That kind of thing. Oh, okay. Hold on one second. Yes, Kita May. I can definitely do these last next week. Let's see here. Release trying to control the outcome of my relationship. I love that. Doo, doo, doo. Mm. I think that that's a really good one because, oh, you know what? Mars too, it controls your relationship house. And so, it goes direct on February the 24th. So, I think it might feel easier with that, okay? Although, we still have that Venus retrograde coming. I think surrendering the outcome is ingenious for you. I think it's ingenious. Um, but yeah, Mars has been retrograde opposite, not the whole time, but I mean, it may as well be 17 from 20, it's been sitting at 17 for a while, and it's opposite that sun, which has been hard. The sun typically has to do with career. Let's see here. Oh, also home and family. So I can imagine, there's been something there around home and family, right? So, but it's going to start going direct. And so hopefully it's kind of like whatever is the problem has been illuminated. And now you're going to be able to kind of see a path forward. But I do think that not trying to control everything, because you are a Capricorn. You have 3 planets in Capricorn. You're very Capricorn. Capricorn, oh, Taurus even. They do not like uncertainty. And Capricorn is like, "Hey, let's do something. Let's go." So I do think that that is a very good strategy that you've been doing also. Okay, I've been getting myself on schedule because I want to do more of what I'm doing. You can do that with these, you can definitely do that with these transits, definitely. This 11th house is such a good house to be working on goals and being gainful. Um, right now, one of the things that I've been telling people is the importance of surrender. You know, this Pisces energy right here. Even Neptune, just whatever Neptune is doing right now, it's just stressing me out so much. I'm like, Neptune, I need more control, but Neptune will not give control. Oh, also for you, Latanya, is not just surrender because of Pisces, but also this 12th house is really like a house where it's like, I just have to have complete and utter faith that the universe is operating in my favor. Um, so yeah. Okay. So you step back from spirituality because you felt like you were trying too hard. Um, I think with this particular retrograde, because I do see so much going on in terms of your spiritual houses, what I might would do, I'm just trying to get my thoughts together. Yes. I would say, I don't know what you think about Oshun or, maybe Urzali, because I know that you have the Haitian deities also. I want to encourage you to work with Oshun. Just you have a lot of Oya-esque energy. I would give you Oya today. But for this particular retrograde, I think maybe see. I wouldn't even push it, but just kind of see, is there a message from Oshun? And we'll do a reading. I'll do a reading for you to see who speaks in your reading. Well, you're also a Taurus rising, so that could be Oshun also. That could absolutely be. I could see you as Oshun and Oya. You got the young woman and the crown. But I do see this as a time, and maybe it's kind of like, do you have a book or some spiritual teachings that are like tried and true for you that you read? I think that that would be important for you also, to look at during this, during the retrograde. You know, Latanya, another thing too about relationship is, Uranus has been so close. You're having Uranus opposition Uranus. Let's see here. You're 1979? Okay. That is a transit that everybody has right around this age where you are. Um, you must be about 44 or 45. No, no, no. I think, let's see here. Maybe about to be 46. I can't do this in my head. Oh, you're 46. Let me tell you something about 46 too. 46 is definitely an age to be laying some foundation about what you want to do when it comes to your career. Because 47, I'm just being honest, it's a hell of a year. It's not a fun year. In astrology, we have what is called perfection, and perfection is about like a theme for the year. So 46 is definitely, I want you to stick on this path around career. And some of it is you're just laying the groundwork. The- you're a Capricorn. You need a plan, and then you're gonna have to do it step by step by step. You just can't get away from that, right? But And then 47 might be a year where you just have to be like, I'm just focused on my healing, or I'm just kind of, maybe you're going through the change or something like that. And then 48 will feel different. 48 will feel like you're coming back to life. It's a first house year. Okay. So definitely use this year to be laying that foundation. But also, you're at this age since maybe about 43 to even now, well, up until recently, is this Uranus opposition Uranus, and it's like you want to be free, you want something new, you want something different, and that might be impacting your relationship house because your Uranus is in your relationship house. And so it's kind of like Uranus wants things to get upgraded. It wants things to be new. It wants things to be different. And that would be the advice that I would give to you. We can only be in charge of the part of the relationship that we are responsible for. So just continue to work on yourself, to continue to work on upgrading you and how you're operating. And that will, to a large extent, help to bring healing to the relationship. No matter what happens, it will help to bring healing and balance and harmony and the path forward for your relationship. Okay. So we have an eclipse coming up. Well, let me see what you said. You're hiding under a rock. Ah, yes, it's in the description box. Okay, the Bible. So what I would say to you is, like, whatever's in the Bible that inspires you, focus on that scripture. You are a Capricorn, and I'm sorry, I have to drink water while I'm doing readings. You're a Capricorn, and Capricorn's about chanting. So maybe you want to do some chanting. Okay. Also, maybe during this retrograde time, some other source of inspiration will come your way. So just keep your eyes open for that. Okay. But and maybe you like chanting. Maybe you can listen to chanting, or just someone who's doing mantra. A mantra could be just something you repeat over and over and over. Yeah. Ali said 47 is, that was a rough year for me. It is the year I found astrology because I was having a Jupiter return during that time, but that was a rough year for me. Okay, let's see here. So this is the thing that I want you to know, sis. Okay, Latanya, I really, really want you to know this. Okay, we're gonna have an eclipse at 23 of Virgo. Okay. So the part of the eclipse that's about new beginnings is in Pisces, and the part of the eclipse that's about releasing and letting go is in Virgo. Okay? So we're going to have an eclipse at 23 of Virgo in March 14th. You natally have the part of the eclipse that is new beginnings. Yours is in Virgo. And the part of the eclipse that's about releasing and letting go, that's in Pisces. That is what is called a reverse nodal return. It is very, very significant because the way I look at the reverse nodal return is, first of all, where the nodes are in your chart. North node in Virgo, south node in Pisces. This North Node in Virgo, you will never be able to escape it. You need to be creative. Okay. Um, I think for you, and I don't really know what it is that you want to do spiritually, but there's something about the earth, something that connects you to the earth, being outside is very important. Okay. And I just say that because Saturn rules this house that a lot of times kind of has to do with our spirituality, I will say Capricorn is traditional, something that's traditional, but I will say for me, Capricorn is also something that's old, very, very old tradition. So that could really be a lot of different religions. But these are earth signs. So Capricorn, which is like how your perspective, your worldview, earth sign. The planet that rules Capricorn down here in the fifth house in Virgo. Virgo's an earth sign. So doing things that connect you to the earth is very, very important. And, this fifth house is the house of having your own business, even if it's like a strong, you know, side hustle. This is definitely that. And it's in a house that has to do with creativity, right? So we have this North Node down here in this fifth house. It's like creativity, also healing. You have healer energy. Taurus, you got this Virgo energy, you got all the energy in Capricorn. Capricorn is the sign of success. Um, it has to do with boundaries. It could be karmic or whatever, but it's definitely this sign that's like, I'm the boss, right? So making money and being connected to earthy things. You cannot get away from it. It's very, very important to you. And that's what that North Node is about. It's like you're not going to get away from having a business. You got to get this done, right? Um, and so and then the South Node is kind of like, what is it that it kind of signifies what your comfort zone is. It's like what you're naturally good at. You actually might be naturally good at Piscean things, which is like, I bet you when you make your cloths, your altar cloths, it's just like you get this download and it's imbued with energy. I love mine. All right. I love mine. It's so, and it just comes natural. Maybe nobody even taught you how to sew. You just kind of figured it out. I would love to know that. Garden. Garden. That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm so irritated with the same old stuff. Yep. I thought so. I thought so. So, okay, pause it. I just want to tell you, I remember reading this book and it talked about how there's like the old man and the old woman. They're part of the old paradigm. And then there's the new man and the new woman. They're part of the new paradigm. And, it's like doing things in a new way. And sometimes the old man is with the new woman, or the new man is with the old woman. It's like this misalignment of values. But as long as one doesn't try to stop the other one from growing, they might kind of work it out, and then the one that's still in the old paradigm will catch up. It all depends on your partner's age. I don't know. Your husband's age, whatever. I don't know. But just know that where you are is normal with this. I have seen it happen so many times. Folks are like, I don't want to keep doing the same old, same old. I want something new. Okay. So going back to the nodes. So the South Node is like where you're comfortable to a certain degree. I don't know. Like, let me see here. Where's your Jupiter again? I don't know if it's something about your family is like your best friends. It's like you in the community. There you have this real you're very comfortable with the community. It's hard for me to really know because there's a little bit of introverted energy here. But right, what I see here is this is like your comfort zone. And it's also sometimes it's kind of like the thing that you kind of need to move away from. Okay. You need to move away from feeling like you need anybody to go with you. You know how sometimes I said the song, I'll go if I got to go by myself. It's a little bit of you needing to stand out and just kind of do your own thing, be your own person. Um And that's sort of the south node. I struggle with it because you and I have the same nodal placement. S- my north node is in the fifth house, my south node is in the 11th house. Or maybe it's kind of like sometimes you have to relax around the goals and go with the flow. All right. So, but this is your purpose down here. And this is like, it's almost like a gift or a talent. All right. And this, you're having a nodal return because you can see the north node is getting ready to meet the south node and vice versa. And it's like, here's your mission. Are you going to do it? This is the very transit that made me wake up in the middle of the night crying one night, like, I'm gonna do it. Don't kill me. Don't take me out of here. You know? So this is a year for you to be making some decisions. What are you committed to your destiny, to your purpose, or are you not committed to it? And if you're not committed to it, they're going to be working to get you on track. When I say they, I mean your guides, your ancestors, all of that, your own destiny. It's going to be working to get you back on track. So that's something that I want you to know is coming up. And this eclipse that's coming up is really and truly designed to get you. It's like, oh, I need you to wake your eyes, open them very wide and see this is what you need to be working on. And you got Saturn coming through across those nodes. Saturn is like, we need a plan. We need to be getting this stuff ready. Yeah, this could be March could be a little bit of a hard month for you. Let's see here. Saturn is going to be on that south node. Oh, it's there now. So February. I wonder how February has been for you. At least until wait a minute, where's your node? 19. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's going to take you down into March. So you're feeling it now. You would have started feeling it at the top of February easily. And it's just getting more and more intense. As a matter of fact, Saturday, Mars became exact on your nodes. I know there's got to be putting some type of pressure on you, and you're feeling more of a sense of urgency. Like, I got to connect to I got to get this done. I really do. Um, so yeah, and you'll feel it easily until, actually really close to the eclipse. Let's see here. What else did I want to tell you? Okay. I did figure it myself with you. Okay. YouTube University. Okay, let's see here. I think for you, YouTube University. Um, do you like to write? Do you like to write? Yeah. Yes, do something now. Let me make sure I haven't had other people because I'm just going on and on and on. Did I see anything else? Let me see here. Okay, I think it's just been you, Latanya. Um, okay, let me just put my little brain on. Okay, Taurus is the voice. So I don't know if podcasting is something you want to do. So tell me why you felt like you were on the wrong track with YouTube University. Yeah, I wonder if podcasting would be not yeah, podcasting would be something that would be good for you. I'm just trying to think of the different platforms. And I mean, honestly, Pisces is more of like a YouTube because it's film or it's like a video. It's on the 11th house. Your Jupiter is down here in the 4th house in Leo. Um Pinterest. Oh, you felt like you're on the wrong track with spirituality. Okay. Tell me, what are you doing for spirituality? If you don't have to do it here if you don't want to, but if you want to share what that is. Okay, I get that. I get that. Trying to find your own way. I just think that you're going to get more clarity. I'll tell you what. Don't make any decisions until after the retrogrades. I'll tell you what. Uranus is going to leave out of this first house, and it's going to dip down into um uh Gemini. That's going to happen. Woo. This year got me stressed. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. I'm looking at the wrong box. Hold on. Because I'm like, I know it was before that. Okay, here we go. What is this? July. So July 7th, Uranus goes into Gemini. And it's gonna go. Okay. It's not gonna meet your Venus right away, but baby, your Venus is gonna feel every piece of it because she's only at 2 degrees. So I think for you, something that I would do is to research. Really do some research around what platform can you live with. Things to think about would be like, are you willing to make the videos? And because sometimes when we are doing these kinds of things, we do have to kind of follow people's leads and then we kind of figure out our own way. Like, I listen to people who talk about being successful on YouTube all the time, and I do some of it, and some of it I'm just like, I'm just not gonna do that. I'm a spiritual person, and so my uploads, I can't be doing uploads like people who are making business uploads. I got to do it in a way that feels good for me and my community. Um, but I think right now it's important for you to be doing the research around what what platform is best for you. And I think Pinterest is getting a revival a little bit, especially with, I don't know everything, but if it's the Etsy store, I think Pinterest would be a really good option for you. Um, but I want you to do the research. And the reason I'm saying this is because when you're honest, you can make money online. Like, for real, this moon in Gemini in the second house, you can definitely make money in in here, and you can make money online. And so Uranus, which is all about the online and technology and all of that, it's going to come down here. That's activating that Venus, which could be challenging. It could really challenge your body because Venus rules your body. But also, I think it can actually ignite you. I think too, you'll know in July more about what's going to happen with your relationship, even once Uranus dips down and starts activating that Venus. Okay, it could, bring some excitement to it, but it's definitely like really going to be pushing you. But I think you could get that clarity once Uranus drops down in there. My thought is, it's coming, so it's very important to do the research around it. Let's see here. I will say Uranus is about to activate this MC too, baby. I like that. Uranus is in a earth sign, Taurus, and your career point, this MC, is at 26. So there's some up level that is due to happen for you around career. And yeah, I like that personally. I like the trine. I don't like it when it's squared. I'm such a brat. Um, I can imagine it was around I can't remember when Uranus moved into Taurus. Oh yes, I do. It would have been around 20 maybe 2016, 2017. Did you have an up level of some sort or maybe you lost a job and had to get a new job? Tell me if something significant happened around 2016. Yeah, I think 2016 or so. Mm, But anywho, I want you to be thinking about it because when Uranus comes into Gemini, I want you to be ready. That's going to be able to take you to whole new heights in this technological age. You're already getting this boost. I want you to just wait until like end of April, beginning of May. I think you're going to get some clarity around all of this. Mhm. Oh, yes, you do enjoy research. I love that. Uh, You're definitely going to get a promotion. I see it in your chart. That is so freaking exciting. Let me pull a card or two or three or four. I'm going to start with my Metu Oracle. Tell me, is there anything else you want me to look? Okay, in 2016. Something I think I like that you got a promotion. That's nice. I think some blessing will come. Tell me, is there anything else you want me to look at? That's what I see the most right here. I see quite a bit going on. I will say, yeah, Saturn and Neptune coming down here in this Aries houses. That will be a time starting in March, at the end of March, where I just think that you'll feel a little bit more spiritual until Saturn gets there at the end of May. You'll feel a little bit more spiritual, but you will need to be making sure that you are keeping yourself focused because whenever Neptune interacts with like your Mercury, it throws off your mind. You might start feeling like I'm forgetting everything. Nah, just Neptune is there. Um, and it probably will be helping with your mental, like how you're thinking. Okay, good. Hell Tuti as Tuti making us over making Arcea victorious over his enemies on the night that about him, making a fetter in the Seba. Day that are destroying the enemies, never try night, making a stand of jet and jet two. Salutation of power, Father, Mother, Supreme Being who comes as Tuti. Thanks for the words divine. My heart will have belong to you. Avani too. I'm gonna do this the way I typically do it. I need two deities to speak to me about. Okay. I pulled two masculine deities. Interesting. This is Herakahuti negative. And Herakahuti negative is the same as Mars. And negative in this oracle doesn't mean it's a negative reading. It just means that there's blockages. And so I really do think that this Mars has created a little bit of a blockage for you. Or not a blockage, challenge. It can create a little bit of a challenge. There is this energy around, you needing balance. But let me tell you what Herakahuti says. Do not be rash and hasty. Okay? Don't be rash and hasty. You want to avoid arguing. If you have to argue, make sure that it's for something that's actually worth it. Herakahuti negative is also about being authentic. It's like be who you came here to be. Also, I would say it is about forward movement, moving forward, and you have to have bravery and courage. Got to be brave and courageous. This is the energy of the warrior. So it's all about being brave and courageous. Um, but I would think that number one, it's don't be rash and hasty. And then this Mars in your third house, it's probably got you thinking quite a bit. And then you do want something new. Um, but I mean, it's like Mars opposition Mars. It's got to be balanced out with the vision. Do you have a vision? That would be the thing I would think is important. It's kind of like, are all the details lining up with the vision? Is the belief system lining up with the vision? Interestingly, the second card that I pulled is Sebek. Is this Satet? No, Sebek positive. And so Sebek positive. Okay, I just want to hold on for a minute. So you need to balance thinking. I think for you, keeping your hands busy is important right now. Do you like music? I think listening to music, dancing, moving, that kind of thing would be good for you. And also, it's kind of like, having meaning and purpose. So, I'm going to be honest with you. I keep thinking, oh, the meaning is going to come up, the purpose, it'll be revealed. And sometimes you just have to create it. You just have to create the meaning and the purpose. And so I think that's really important for you right now. Okay. But it might be some type of action. Hmm, Actually, I think you need rest. Or it's like do things that are a little bit more toned down. I don't know. Like, do you like to swim or be in water? Um, I'll tell you what, with this card speaking, it could just be about you need to walk. You need to do something that moves your feet. Like if you can go walking, that would be good for you to kind of settle that mind down. Last little bit, I really do think there's something that was said to you a long time ago, and it may not even be conscious, but if it comes up during this retrograde, it might be you got to kind of release and let it go. Okay? That's important for you right now. Okay. And Sebek is all about working with the mind. I don't know if you do mindfulness. I would even think for you doing something like I don't know. The sewing is so good, but also word puzzles or anything that kind of makes the brain work. Like for me, I tell myself I need to put on something that will make my brain focus, but I don't want to think too much or I don't want it to be something, too serious. I know you said you do love to research. So maybe it's like get your mind focused because in order to research, you really and truly have to get your mind slowed down so it can really focus in and tell yourself, If I start watching this video, I will finish it," or if I'm looking at this website, I must go from the top to the bottom, doing some type of brain training. Okay, good. Okay, more music, more physical activity. That is definitely something that I see would be helpful for creating that balance for you. Okay. So Sabek is all about the mind and the belief system. And so one of the ways you can get around, this energy of Herakahuti is like angry and irritation and frustration or whatever. And so, maybe you need to hang out with some friends and have some good conversation. This is all about that. Affirmations. We're talking about moving and listening to music that would help to you know, bring about a certain kind of mental stimulation or, words are there, communication, that kind of thing. Journaling, this is also good. If you want to journal, I always tell people if you're afraid someone to see it, just write it and tear it up, throw it, shred it, throw in the trash or whatever. No, this is also Eshu. Eshu stands at the crossroads. And it's kind of like giving you this opportunity to look at where you're standing, especially with this Virgo eclipse that is coming. So, as Shu says, you stand at the crossroads, and I tell people, yeah, Shu is going to be doling out consequences or whatever, doesn't care what direction you take. But I always see when I'm standing at the crossroads, Shu is just like, I'm giving you an opportunity to see where you are in your life so that you can make some, you can look and see how much more do I need to grow? How do I need to grow? Where do I need to grow? So I think that that's something that could support you. This is the card of being intentional and mindful. And in doing that and being more intentional and mindful and looking at, this is where I am, then it can help stop like if you're being rash and hasty, or, if you're just kind of feeling anger, maybe writing out the anger or something like that would help to kind of discharge it. Let's see here. SU. I think with this upcoming, just all this spiritual energy, it's kind of like opening yourself up to see what are the signs and the messages. Do you know how you get that? How do you get signs and messages, Latanya? I would be curious about that also. It's definitely something about the need to work with the mind, the belief system, to use affirmations or something like that, that will support you. Even in your relationship, I think that would help with that. Okay, okay. Have you been dreaming lately? Are you getting any messages in your dreams? I'm assuming this retrograde can help you with that. I love that you get messages in your dreams. That is so good. Um, I'm gonna pull one more card from my goddess deck. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I pulled the maiden card. She has to do with clarity. Let's see here. And she's of the mind, wind. I think that's interesting. This is the second. So fire and air. Okay. Air. Clarity is coming for you. Clarity is coming for you. It says the powerful wind maiden exemplifies absolute clarity of mind. The laser precision of her focused gaze brings her to her goal, her arrow of intent hitting its mark. I would even say she's both of these cards. So she's going to be providing the solution. The maiden's keen and steadfast eye cuts through all distraction and mental haze. She is an expert at casting out what is in the way of her target. Flying high on the golden eagle's wings, she is unbound by earthly perspective, flying free with crystal clarity to her goals. The Wind Maiden is here to give you clarity of mind to see through illusion, to make the right decisions to achieve your objective. Wow. Let your mind, listen to this. This is what we were just talking about. Let your mind be focused like an arrow that hits the mark of your intent. Okay? So, focus is important. Move forward to your goals with new vision and clarity that the Maiden of Wind brings. And I noted here that she is the same energy as Ochozi. So, yes, I get that. Having the dreams about war, I get that. I get that. I really do. So, what do you think about the Wind Maiden? What do you think about the Wind Maiden? Woo, my goodness. Pluto, Neptune, Uranus. That Pluto in Aquarius is helping you quite a bit too. I like that. Um Pluto in Aquarius is giving you some it's giving you some energy. I like that. Okay. Okay. Good, good, good. All righty. Well, I hope that has been helpful. Thank you so much for requesting a reading. I really appreciate you. And I hope that this will be exceedingly supportive of you. And yeah, I'm going to gift to you. I'll send it to you via email. I'm going to gift to you a transit report. I'll just throw that in also. I don't remember if I said I was going to do that, but you let me look at your chart here on my channel all publicly. So I will send that to you when I got to go create it on my other laptop and then I'll send it to you. Yes. And yeah, so thank you. I am so grateful that you got a reading because I was scared nobody was going to do this. But you did. And yeah, thank you. Thank you to everybody who is still here, everyone who watched, everyone who will watch. I hope that this has been insightful for you all. And yeah, wishing you the best. I think it's going to be really good for you. I think there's a lot of healing, and um, I just think it's going to take a little time. I think it's going to take a little time. And you're good with that because you have your Taurus. Tauruses don't always like to rush, even though you do have that Capricorn energy that's like, come on, let's go. We got to get this done. All righty, everybody. I am going to go on ahead and end the live stream now. So again, thank you all so much for being here. And I will let y'all know when I'm coming back. I will let y'all know when I'm coming back. And LaTanya, keep me posted on how things are going over these next few months, okay? Oh, thank you. From a fellow reader. I appreciate you. Yeah, I love looking at charts and doing readings. I said, whenever I get down and out, I'll just do a reading. I love readings. They're so helpful. So thank you for being here, Aliasia. All right, everybody. Y'all take care. I appreciate you. And yeah, I will be here on Wednesday for our circle. Like I said, my mind is still sort of, I'm like trying to bring myself back in. I will see y'all here on Wednesday for the Inspired Goddess Morning Circle. And yeah, I sent out an email yesterday also. So hopefully you're on my email list. Check out that newsletter. I love that newsletter so much. And it's based on the video that I put out yesterday, which is called the Sunday Sermonette, Goddess Sermonette. I just did one reading after the other with my oracle decks, and hoping that it will provide you with some inspiration and some support. And yeah. Very good. Awesome. 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 All right. Y'all take care. Let me just put a little music on. Y'all know I don't like just ending. We're going to end the way we started. No, we're going to do a different one. Let's see what this one sounds like. I don't know if I can hear it. Oh. I don't want to go out on that one. We'll go out on this one instead. Loving how you wind up for me. Tonight is all on me. Thank y'all so much. For me. Yeah, yeah. She just want to highlight. Ooh, that body talk to me. I need a taste, baby. You gotta have more fun, y'all. That's what the reading said yesterday. More fun. Won't you show me how you work it? I can't find no flaws, you perfect. All righty. Y'all take care. Love you.
connect with you like Bluetooth. No touching, that's my boo-boo. Your love, they do me voodoo. She's my new boo. I'm watching her like YouTube. I wanna ride like choo-choo. Your love, they do me cuckoo. Hey, yeah. Loving the way you move around me. The body don't wait to shut it down. Won't you show me how you work it? I can find no flaws, you perfect. Cause every time that you come around my way, I keep falling again. I keep falling again. And every time that you come across my mind, I keep falling again. I keep falling again in love. Cause every time that